The Miami Dolphins are very much in need of a running back in this year's NFL draft. So I figured today here on Chat Sports, we'd take a look at the potentiality of who the Dolphins could take in round 1 and maybe round 2. Now, the sourcing here is from ESPN. Once again, saying they are likely to take a back in about the top 50 picks here. The Dolphins, remember, have 4 picks in the top 50 this year. In general, I don't like spending a premium pick on a back. Miami, however, their roster's pretty darn good as things are currently set up. I don't want to take one 18 overall, but I think that 18 to 50 range, 50 probably a little bit too low, maybe 18 or that early second round pick, might end up being the sweet spot for the Miami Dolphins. And because they have 4 picks in the top 50, it makes it a little bit more, makes it easier, I should say, to spend a premium pick on a back. Not including that 6th overall pick, because Miami's not taking an RB there. Here are the Dolphins' next picks. Round 1, 18 overall. Round 2, 36 overall. Round 2 again at 50. Round 3 at 81. And then a big drop-off there. Round 5 at 156. That 18, 36, and probably 50, those are the areas I think Miami is planning and or targeting to take a back in this year's draft. And there are 3 names that make the most sense for Miami. Najee Harris, who I think will be there at 18, probably not going to be there at 36. Travis Etienne, I think will be there at 36. Javonte Williams, who probably might make it to 50. Maybe things get weird with the backs. But those are the 3 players that I think make the most sense for Miami. And all 3 of them have shown great talent in the NFL. At the college level, and project very well to the NFL. Najee Harris went from being maybe he sneaks in to the late round 3 area. But this year, he might be a first-round pick. He showed so much growth as a pass catcher, as a big play guy. Travis Etienne, his numbers dipped. However, this has been someone who was much more explosive early on, and frankly, the yards before contact for Clemson, they dipped so significantly. It was not Travis Etienne's fault. The reality was that Etienne did not have the blocking to succeed. Javonte Williams, meanwhile, is an absolute battering ram. Tackle-breaking machine, and I think he'll be the top of round 2, unless things get weird, which we'll get to in a second. But hypothetically speaking, if you could pick any one of these guys, who would it be? Type H for Najee Harris, type E for Travis Etienne, or type in W for Javonte Williams. Get your votes in for me, H, E, or W. Now, I mentioned the hypothetical here, right? And then that matters when it comes to plotting out and projecting what's going to happen. Assuming Najee Harris goes in round 1, which I think is possible. If not, it still is worth discussing here. The top of round 2 goes Jacksonville, New York, Atlanta, and then Miami. New York and Atlanta both need a starting caliber back. Jacksonville probably won't go there, but maybe they surprise and want to move on from James Robinson. Anyway, New York, Atlanta, 34, 35, then Miami at 36. That could be a bit of a run when it comes to the running back position. And if things get weird, if Harris goes in round 1, Miami might get into that both of those backs are on the board. And with some extra draft capital, maybe they get aggressive and even try to move up to secure Etienne or Harris or Javonte Williams. Today's show is made possible by Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com/chat. When you use that URL, you will save 20% off and free shipping. Now, it is baseball season right now, folks, and chicks dig the long ball. They do not, however, dig long ball hair. Please get rid of that. Nobody wants it. It also makes things look smaller, and that's not something you guys want either. So head over to manscaped.com/chat today. That'll get you 20% off and free shipping on all their great men's grooming products, the Lawnmower 3.0, and my preferred gift, the perfect package. It comes with the lawnmower, the boxers, the travel case you see, plus ball toner, ball deodorant as well. It is the very best option. Head over to manscaped.com/chat. Use that URL, and it gets you 20% off and free shipping. So don't delay and help your balls out today. Let's chat more Miami Dolphins here. Marquise Goodwin. Could he go to Miami? I saw Bleacher Report put out there, number one target for all teams, the best free agent left out there, and they went with Goodwin for the Dolphins. And I got to be honest, I don't know about that one there. Now, I agree with part of their premise. Hey, he's a fit with Will Fuller. He's an outside guy. Will Fuller's been suspended. He's been hurt. It's nice insurance there. But especially before the NFL draft, is Marquise Goodwin like the one guy you want to go get? I kind of don't think that's the case. So I want you guys to do a better job than Bleacher Report did here. What free agent out there, still available, and you can type in none if you want, do you want your team to sign? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section. Any free agent, who do you want? Now, my problem as it relates to Goodwin is that I don't really think they need him. Like, yes, Will Fuller has the injury history, and I get that, but you have Devontae Parker and some combination of Preston Williams, Lynn Bowden, heck, Robert Foster is that backup vertical outside threat too. Jakeem Grant, I think I mentioned Albert Wilson, Isaiah Ford, like, they have depth in the event that guys get hurt. So, like, from a depth perspective, they don't need someone in the Marquise Goodwin range. Like, that's not someone who would drastically improve their wide receiver core. The last time we saw him in a limited sample size, just 9 games, 2019 is after that of 2020, 12 receptions, 186 yards, 1 score. It's not great from that perspective. And on top of that, folks, aren't the Dolphins going to take a pass catcher / receiver in this year's draft fairly early? And at that point, you got Devontae Parker, Will Fuller, let's just say a top 50 draft pick, plus Lynn Bowden, who they traded for from the Raiders, and Albert Wilson, and Robert Foster, and Isaiah Ford, and all these guys. I don't think it's a need at that point. So, with Matt Collins, Robert Foster playing that backup vertical threat role in case something happens to Will Fuller, I really don't think in the end that Marquise Goodwin is much of a need for the Miami Dolphins. If they want to bring him in on a cheap one-year deal, okay, cool. Because never in the history of football has there ever been a bad, cheap one-year contract. So from that perspective, okay, cool. I get it. But making him like the top target for the Dolphins, I don't know about that one. I don't think that's a great area of focal point for Miami. Knowing what they plan to do in the NFL draft, which is add a receiver early, I just don't think it's any type of need for the Dolphins whatsoever. So because of that, I just don't really buy it. If you want to revisit after the draft, if, say, you go offensive line early, it's probably fine at that point. It's not a huge deal. But it's certainly not like their top target as we currently sit for the Miami Dolphins.